Can I set a, oh, hey, this is the perfect time here. Start the stream while I'm still getting some things set up. You know, get things going. Pre-render track. There we go. Aha! Da 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 da. Hold on, I can't see your chat. Hang on. Should probably do something about that. Hey, Candace! I am still getting things ready, but I thought I think it's important to start the stream on time, even if I'm a little less than ready. Let's see. What was that? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, that makes sense. Yes. Yes. Let's see here. Let's add, what I'm gonna do is, let's see, where's that other monitor thing? Oh, close that email, that's important. There we go. Now you guys can at least see what I'm doing. All right, let's bring this down. Gate. Soft limit at 24 dB. No, we don't want gain. No. I'd rather undo the whole issue. All right, now we will sidechain this to dynamics processing. And so, whenever I talk, it'll duck the volume. It was, I can tell you exactly who was pushing for the anime game. I should do something about this dynamics processing here. Yeah, let's see here. I love side chaining effects. Yeah, side chaining effects is great. Get automatic ducking instead of having someone manually run the faders. Let's see here. Who was it that was pushing so hard? It was Spooky Swirls on Twitter, at Spooky Swirls, also known as Magical Wonder Trash. All right, let's get this back over here. Okay, what can I do to make this? Here we go. We'll take this. And I'm gonna try something new. I'm going to take this browser source I've created here. I'll make a new browser source. I learned a trick last night in the live streaming of the mystery tape on the reel to reel. And I learned, live chat. We can get rid of this. Delete. Exterminate. I am blurry because I have not yet fixed everything, as you can see. Here, let me adjust this. Configure video. First of all, focus. Second, white balance. There we go. Now we're a little bit true to life. Hey! How you doing over there? There we go. And then zoomed in a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. Let's kick up some light. It's by turning on a practical. There we go. And we got a nice little coloration here going on. Okay. And I do like a cold bowl of soup in the morning. I like to put cereal inside of a bowl and then add milk to it, thus creating a soup. Maybe I should do that a little bit more Michael Stevensy. Hang on. 1 second. Ready? Here we go. Hey, livestream, Victor here, and did you know that cereal is soup? Let's see here. Click, click, click. There we go. Just a little bit of a tilt. Yeah, thinking about that just a little bit. I might increase the dynamics processing on this. There we go. Let's see here. Instead of a soft limit of 24, what we'll do, bring it down a bit more. And that way, when I talk to music, it's really ducked. I think my big problem is the release time. There we go. There we go. Okay, what was I doing? Ah, yes, bringing the live chat in as a browser source. That way I won't have to resize it every time. Let's see, we got the link here. What we'll do is we'll, there we go, get that in there. And we're gonna fiddle with it. We're gonna fiddle with the width. Let's see here. If that's about 800, I think we're gonna need about 1,000 and a height of, let's say, 400. Beautiful. Let's do it. And hey, presto, look at you. I think we're gonna need to adjust that a little bit though. Let's go with a width of 600. No, width of 800. That should be 800 should be fine, and a height of 200. And that should make it right about the right shape to scale up. Oh no. I think we're gonna need to. Yeah, just the height of it more. Let's bring the height back to 400. Boop. Hey, look at you. Aren't you pretty? Put that under there. Da 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 da. Height 300. It's just fine-tuning this new thing. That's what this is. Almost got it. Almost got it. Let's do 250. Ah, so close. Let's go with 275. Hey, there we go. We've got that. Now we just adjust the width. Boom. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Beauty. Yes, indeedy. We can do. We can actually stretch that out a bit. Ah. Perfect. Look at that. And now I don't need to futz with display cropping and stuff. Look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so let's get the game. I thought I loaded it. I did load it. Here we go. There we go. Now, what we do... ooh, there you are, OBS. Now we need to get the game. Properties, not Dirt 3. Sorcery.
Are you a sorcerer? Can you sorcerer?
Let's see. Let it load that up. And Peaches. Graphics design class is one thing I wish I took. Oh, what happened to this? Holy crap. Oh my god. Me too. We need to get that. We need to fix that. That's terrible. Game. Yeah. Game. Cool. And then capture specific window. Sorcery. Force scaling. Well, what happened? Where'd it go? Oh no. There we go. And then. I hate how everything snaps. Nothing's better. Nothing's worse than like live adjusting this stuff. And any luck? That's selected. And then. Oh wow, it's not showing anything. This must not be like very compatible. Criminy. Wow. Okay, well that's a thing. We're gonna have to do a display capture, unfortunately. Nope, not that display though. No, tell me about it, but I'm gonna get this to work. I'm gonna get this to work, believe me. Top screen. There we go. Hey, look at you. All right, perfect. See, it wasn't working, but now it is. Let's go. It's okay, we can just go. If I go full screen, I'll probably screw it up. All right, here we go. We'll just go here, and then we will cropify. Meanwhile, I can't see what you guys are typing. Oh, I can apply LUTs. Nice. No, nothing complicated. I'm just gonna doing it right. There we go. We're gonna crop from the top. That's about 200 pixels. Hey, I was really close. Oh, there we go. And then from the right, we get, that's probably another, that's probably action. Wait, oh. Almost. Hey, here we go. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just about a bunch of happy little trees. Happy tree. Cool. Now we have this. We scale it down. I know. You know, it's a technical primer. Indeed, it is an example of what not to do, what to do wrong, and how to fix it. And one thing is that if you can at all help it, if you have an on-screen graphic such as the bits that go around the screen here, the blue that you're seeing that divides up the segments of the screen, you should put things under that at all possible because it cleans up and tidies the edges. See, that's dandy right there. Okay, let us begin, but before we can begin, it is important to remember the important things, and in this case, the most important thing is to thank the people what for make this happen. Yes, Patreon. Patreon in 3 months generates more income, more revenue for this channel than the ad revenue from YouTube does in an entire year. An entire year. That is how important Patreon supporters are. They are fantastic, and they are incredibly essential to the running of this channel. Patreon is what pays for the Creative Cloud subscription for editing all the videos and the audio and all that stuff. They also pay for our Backblaze subscription, which is what backs up the entire system in the event of some catastrophic system failure. So with that in mind, thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. Kate Macross, Rochelle including, but not limited to, Kate Macross, Rochelle Mantano, the Geek Nights Podcast, Funeral Cleavage, Dexter Calder, George Davidson, Brendan Brothers, Justin Chapman, Cold Guy, Ethan Fryer, Pinup Citizen, Gina Moreno, and Yaddle, for throwing a little money into the hat each month. What for making this channel chooch. Yes. So let us dispense with the wonderful hip-hop music brought to you as a generous contribution of Chill Hop Records. We have an unlimited free license from them to use all of the music they publish. So that's a great thing. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Get out of here. We'll do without for the moment. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let's see what's up with this game. So this is Sorcery. Candace has been vying for this game for a while, and it is finally time. It is finally time for us to play it. This episode brought to you by water. Water. Well, I mean, I know it says Johnny Walker Red Label on it, but it's actually water. Water. It's what you drink. It's also a significant part of what you're made of. Yes, just a couple of months, Candace. Just a couple of months. We know. All right. Let's begin playing. So Sorcery, brought to you by Steve Jackson. It was created by Steve Jackson. I don't know if this is the same Steve Jackson behind the game Munchkin or not, but it's not high proof vodka. This is one thing I take very seriously. I do not drink when I am working. This is something I do whether here at the studio, or whether I'm out performing at conventions. I am a lame person to hang out with at conventions if you want to have like a drinky good time, because I do not. If I'm on the proverbial clock, I am in full work mode. Candace can attest to this. All right, so let's see here. Let's begin our adventure. Let's see. So, let's see. I'm gonna go with the lady character because that's something I do generally. Here we go. You have walked the wilds of Kakhabad, through Kher and the spiteful Balkans, all the way into Mampang. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods. And now it is here. The Crown of Kings. I need to adjust this microphone so it's like less 100% in front of my face. Here we go. That's better. It is said the crown was never forged, only found. By the Chalana, the reformer, a lonely foot soldier who became emperor of the Eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. Take it or wait. You decide. So what is it, audience? Do we take the crown, or do we wait? Candace says greed. But is there consensus, or at least a multitude? Wealthy Aardvark decides to take the path more slowly. Gray, you have yet to weigh in. What say ye? Gray says seize power. I don't think there's anybody else to weigh in. I haven't seen anybody else in the chat. Gray, do me a favor. Post a link to the video on Twitter. I'm gonna do the same thing. I gotta do that. I have a really bad habit of not promoting on social. Play along with us. Da, 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 da. Josh says take it. Well, with Josh weighing in too, that says 3. What has happened here? Oh, right. It's a display capture. All right, let's do this. All right, we're going to take the crown. Your destiny awaits. With the crown in your hands, you will be as powerful as Chalana. The goblins are arming, the giants are waking, and the birdmen carving cruel daggers from stone. War will come, but will you prevent it? But you will prevent it. Let's see here. But then the image of the crown begins to flicker. You rush forward. It's a trap! And startle yourself awake. You are alone, exhausted, in the little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Inkle presents. I feel like there's supposed to be music. Steve Jackson's Sorcery. I really feel like there's supposed to be music here. Oh. Oh, that is sound. Like the tiniest amount of sound. What the hell? Alright, let's click the character to continue. It is sunrise. You dress, breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. Do you test the blade? I don't know why Inkle sounds so wrong. Do we test the blade, pray for luck, or leave the hut? I say let us pray for luck. Before you leave, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your... Oh, hey, that's actually kind of cute. So as you proceed along your story, it takes your choice and stitches it together with the previous thing. It's going to form like a cohesive, scroll of your story. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty dang cool. I like that. I mean, it would be really great is if it lets you print it out when you were done, as like a physical keepsake of your journey. All right. Anyways, before you leave, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your spirit guide. This morning, it has the form of a panther. But what will it become once your journey truly begins? A great calm descends on you. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring into life. All right, let's see here. Do we test our blade, or shall we leave? Well, until we get some music on this thing. Oh wait, no, I think I have like an entire folder of like cinematic music. Hang on. Da-da-da-da. Candace says prepare. Let's see here. Oh hey, here we go. This is all very cinematic. Play all. Let us test our blade. I'm gonna turn on that send again. There we go. Maybe I should put on the Shenmue soundtrack. Although that's probably gonna be flagged like almost immediately. You pause to test the blade of the sword against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamutani Mall. Mall. I got through Shamutani, but wall is what I screwed up. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. You turn to them and bow. Some smile in reply, but are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path to the Kantopani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kakhabad. Kakhabad. There you go. See the sound I can make. This, you know, it's like the first sound of my last name. The wilds of Kakhabad. You recognize the sergeant of the Sightmaster warriors. He holds out his hands. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You are almost ready, my lady, he says. I have for you a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. You take the bag, count out half the coins, and return the rest. The king will need them should I fail, you declare. You choose the harder path, but I respect you for it, the Sightmaster replies. You must collect your spell book if you wish magic to aid you, and you should wish to practice your... Ow, here we go. And should you wish to practice your sword play, I will go one last... There's a very slight delay. It's a little bit less than what I'm used to, but it's like throwing me off as a result. Here we go. You choose the harder path, but I respect you for it, the Sightmaster replies. You must collect your spell book if you wish magic to aid you, and should you wish to practice your sword play, I will go one last round with you. And he points with his staff towards the training ground. Alright. Okay, let's see. Buy rations, collect my spell book. What should we do first? Should we buy rations or collect the spell book? Okay, spellbook it is. Let's see here. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells would be available to you in the different locations in the hills and beyond. Let's go inside. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks up at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands.
Do you understand how to use this?
He asks. Not wishing to seem too arrogant and always willing to be educated, you look at him and say, "Tell me."
Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars. The spell Zap, for example, is made by aligning Zarathustra, August, and Peony. But that is not important. What matters is what the spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning. Hot will create a fireball. Foff will create a force field around you. Shall I continue?
Tell me more. The mage nods.
The Law spell is formed from Lilith, August, and Wex. It will allow you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The Wall spell is quite different and uses different stars. The order matters, you see. Wall creates an invisible barrier. You will find the rest in the book, he adds, tapping the leather-bound volume.
What about Ass, says Gray.
Ah, that is created by combining August, Sierra, and Sagittarius. It is a most unpleasant odor, I am told, though I have been very firmly warned not to attempt it.
Looks like the game is telling us, look, come on, can we just go? Okay. I want to know more. The mage looks surprised.
Well, the Dop spell is useful for locks. Walk will shield you in battle, and Dumb will cause clumsiness.
He scratches absently at his ear.
Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You'll need to read the book to know what.
And we'll have to deal with that later. Let's get some rations. Small traders in the settlement supply the site master warriors with weapons, armor, food, and clothing. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese.
2 gold pieces per ration.
How many rations should we buy? I mean, we don't know how long we're going to be out there, right? Should we haggle? Should we buy, dare I say it, more than 2 rations? While you guys are deliberating, delicious. Is the video game putting out audio at all? Nope, still not. Maybe we have to. No, nothing at all. That's weird. Okay, well, back to that then. Haggle? Let us haggle. Do you know who I am? I am Analand's Great New Hope. The man looks uncomfortable. I know that, but I have to feed my family today, whatever happens to the crown. That's fair. All right, let's pick up a couple of rations. You know. You hand over your coins, and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer. Eating more will give you extra strength, but it is not necessary. Let's see, we can check the contents of the pack using items button on the map. Okay. Right then. It's time to get some training in. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground, and he wraps the base of his staff in leather. To begin, the sergeant says, we will practice the stances. First, defend yourself against me. Choose your attack power by dragging your character sideways. To defend, stay fully left. Okay, we're gonna defend. The Sightmaster is a powerful enemy. By defending, you will receive the minimum damage from any attack he makes. The Sightmaster's sergeant defends himself as well. The round is a stalemate. I will now defend myself, he says. Whatever attack you play will damage me, but a strong attack will use up more power. You should choose a weak attack. Bring that back up. Alright, here we go. There we go. A weak attack. Sideswipe. Sand slash. You swing with a weak attack, rushing for the Sightmaster's sergeant who is defending. Good choice. A stronger attack would have wasted more of your power. I will defend myself again. You defend yourself. The Sightmaster Sergeant also defends. No one is hurt, but both of you will have more power next turn. He raises his defense, but says nothing. Here we go. Jab. Jab, jab. Jib, jab. You play a low attack, going for the Sightmaster Sergeant, who raises his defense. You played carefully and won that round. Well done. He lifts his guard and gives you no other clue. Let's defend. You raise your guard. The Sightmaster Sergeant also defends. You circle each other nervously. My next attack will be one of my strongest. If you can perform a full attack, you may overpower me, but otherwise you had best defend yourself. Alright. Bingo, baby. Lunge! Oh! Oh! Sightmaster Sergeant performs a strong attack. He overpowers your own strong attack. The situation causes maximum damage. Avoid strong attacks unless you are confident of winning. My next strong attack will be of medium strength, he declares. You may be able to overpower me if you wish to try. Yeah, we're gonna defend. You hold back. Sightmaster Sergeant attempts a medium attack, but you receive only a small amount of damage. My next attack will be weak. You will be able to overpower me by playing a stronger attack, but be sure your attack is stronger. I think it'll be stronger. Boom, baby. Cut! Using HM01. You play a strong attack, overpowering the Sightmaster Sergeant. He bows. You have finished me. Excellent. Continue. Alright. You seem to remember the basics, the Sightmaster Sergeant says, breathlessly. Good. Another round? Enough training. Very good. But if you wish about in earnest, then I warn you, I will not go easy on you. He indicates a wider yard where there is space for a true match. Yeah, I'd say let's get going. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand on the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, but you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the DOP spell to be crafted. And he stands back. Let's guess the spell! Oh, we actually have to spell them. Nice. Okay. D. O. P. Cast. You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. The hinges turn with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. And wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. If I overtake him, then he is too slow. If I overtake him, then he's too slow. Gotta go fast. There we go. The site master nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He claps you on the shoulder. Yawn. What are we doing? Here we go. Alright, folks. Journey time. Let's go, go, go! This music is matching up oddly well. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can find. We will be watching. Watching from where? I understand. Should we press for more details or just continue on? Well, King Arthur and Sir Bedivere, not more than a swallow's flight away, found something. Let's see. Watching from where? From here. The Sight Master warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Tell me what lies ahead. The path leads first to Cantopani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Kristatanti, but no single route is safe. Kakhabad is a land of devils. And beyond Khair? I cannot see so far. But once you have crossed the city port of traps, you will enter the Badlands. The Baklands? Baklands. They say that day and night there are controlled by forces other than the sun. And from Khair too, your progress will be watched. It's time to go. You thank him. You pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and the rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Dun. Do you wish to rewind the story at your current location? No. Let's go. Onward. The path winds through slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted and the eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you do not have the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy. as if you were an intruder in their presence. Okay, we need to clearly skip this track, because, good gracious, that is not appropriate. This is also weird. I didn't change to a baboon? What? Barely an hour beyond the wall and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutanti hills are infested with the pestilence of the Bachlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. You cover your mouth with your neck scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment you must be careful. Your maximum stamina just decreased. You can see your stamina at the top of the screen. If this reaches 0, you'll be too tired to carry on. Stamina can be regained to the maximum by eating rations or resting. Alright. Let's go to the lower eyes. There you go. Another hour passes and you crest a small hillock, from the top of which you can... Okay, this music is starting to become obtrusive. I am no longer a panther? I don't know what that is. Oh, what happened? Oh, here we go. From the top of which you can see the path continuing downwards into a small settlement of huts. This must be Cantopani. Should we look at the village? Look for a way around? Or move on? Oh, you mean the thing up there? Yeah, that's been a baboon for a while. I don't know. That makes a funny sound. All right, let's see here. So, which one, folks? Eeny, meeny, or miny? Eeny, meeny, Hermione. Let's see. Got a home. Got my DS as well. Yo, dog, I heard you like gaming, so I'm gaming while I'm gaming, so I can game while I game. Oh, did my DS crash? No? Not really. Okay, cool. Eeny. Eeny, meeny. Okay, so look at the village. From this distance, it's hard to make out much about the town, except that it must be desperately poor. The fields on either side are brown with caked mud, and the few penned animals are thin and wizened like thirsty vines. No wonder the Sight Master warriors don't trouble themselves to protect this place. There's nothing here to protect. Oi, 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 oi. Mind yourself, Gray. Let's go. Come on. Maybe we can do some good. Of course, if you were scared of a town like Cantopani, then you could not hope to survive in Kachkabad proper. You follow the path down into town. The round huts are made of a hard-baked bright clay, and the roofs are thinly thatched. As you pass, eyes appear at dark doorways, tracking your every move. For a moment, it seems like this will be all you see of the town's inhabitants. But then, a villager appears from one of the dwellings and blocks your path. He is 5 feet tall. They cannot grow much taller out here in this poisonous air. He has thick-set arms and thighs, and is half-clothed in tattered breeches. His eyes are wild, and his long red hair and beard stand out from his face in a wiry tangle.
Halt, stranger. What business have you in Cantopani?
I am merely passing through. There is no need to be concerned. Let's see. But the villager is not content.
Passing through to where? There's nothing out here that any honest traveler should want to see.
I'm on my way to Khair. I've never traveled this road before.
I myself have never left this village.
the man declares with pride.
Although I can tell you there are two paths ahead. But my advice is not free. You must have money on you. For a gold piece, I will tell you what I know.
Let's see. I have 8 gold. That's not a lot. But good intel can be hard to find. Candace has not played this game, as far as I know. What shall I do? Viewership, tell me. What is my path? I think we're finally getting some audio off of this game. Though not much. Not yet. Top. I think my character will be a sarcastic asshole. There we go. Now we're getting some audio. Let's see. I will find out for myself for nothing. You reply. So what worth is your advice? So what worth is your advice? The man shrugs.
That you will find out for yourself then.
And he stands aside to let you move on by. You stride on into the very center of the village. There are a few larger houses here. Even Cantopenny has its nobility, it seems. But the only spot of interest is a small inn offering food for sale. Let's pick up some. You never know when we'll need it. You head inside. The place is just a low table and a black iron pot above a stove. A woman watches you with wide, fearful eyes. Greetings, you declare, bowing slightly to the woman. The gesture appears to make her more afraid, not less. How much are your provisions?
1 gold piece for the stew? But perhaps you want some food to take with you, seeing as how you're a traveler.
A good stew can be hard to find, and our stamina is low. I will take some stew. You pay the woman a gold piece, and she hands you a steaming bowl. The broth inside is a thick paste of lentils, spices, and hunks of meat, but it is not bad for all of that. Once finished, you thank the woman and leave the inn. You head out of Cantopenny along the path into the Shamutanti Hills. I thought eating was supposed to raise our stamina. Oh. Piss. Well, we gave the nice lady some food, I guess. Alright, here we go. You take the high road, I'll take the low. Passing the outlying huts, you feel strangely uneasy. Hissings from within and sly faces disappearing from doorways make you feel decidedly unwelcome. Then, at the edge of town, you pass a large boulder, and at once 2 rough-cut villagers spring out with swords drawn. Bandits.
2 against 1. You lost, calls the other. So hand over your things, come on.
I don't want any trouble. The first bandit edges forward, a sword tickling at your chest.
Running you through? No trouble at all. The pack.
You draw yourself to your full height. You have mistaken me for someone else. I would like to give you a moment to reconsider, because I will kill you if I have to. The bandits growl and advance on you, one on either hand.
Time to fight!
The first bandit closes on you, cackling and grinning. Time to put this creature in his place. Sorry, dude. You going down. Well, what happened here? Oh, okay. You should have made things easier for yourself. The bandit goads and dodges left, cutting with his sword. You go straight for his throat, knocking him back. Hard. The smile on his face splits into a cry. He narrows his eyes in readiness. Well, I can definitely do more than he can ever manage. Let's see. We can be judicial about this. Here we go. Ah, 4.1! Where did that come from? The brute gets the upper hand. You lurch forward, but he is stronger and he charges with every ounce of his strength, knocking you back. You check for blood, but see none. Alright, mate. Oh, I don't know how to cast spells. That's okay. Let's see here. Oh, that's right, we have a spell book. Nice. Let's do it. I'm with the gorilla now. Apparently. Let's see, how do I cast a spell? How do I cast a spell? Let's see here. Yeah, now I gotta fight. Let's see if I can just finish him off. Cut. Enough of this. You go for his throat. With all your strength. He raises his sword at the last moment to deflect the blow. The bandit stops and coughs blood onto the earth. Defend. You circle away from the bandit. He comes at you regardless. You toss his heavy blow aside, leaving him panting. You are safe. Cut. Dude, you down. Enough of this. You spin around, bringing your sword backhanded across his skull. The bandit gasps his last as you run him through. Continue. The second bandit takes one look at his dead colleague and turns and makes a run for it. Ho 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 ho! No, you don't. You immediately give chase. He will not get away so easily after trying to rob you. After a few minutes of scrambling between rocks, you have him cornered. You draw your sword and grin maliciously. The second bandit cries out, but is ready to fight if he must. Let's go. Whole hog. Well, actually, now I'm being watched by the ape. Ape now. So let's go back here. Sorry, buddy. The death of his friend seems to send the second bandit flying into a rage. He starts to scream wildly as he hurtles forward. You raise your own sword for a brutal attack and knock him onto the floor. The bandit can barely find his balance. Defend. You drop into a defensive stance as the bandit swings with great force. You parry in a flash of sparks. You adjust your grip and square your shoulders. He steps back. Let's go. Brother, you dead, man. He looks down at his friend's body, and you seize the moment to strike, and swing with expert precision and all your strength. Your strike is more than the bandit can take. He falls to the ground, quite dead. There we go. Search the bodies. The fight is over. You clean your weapon and regain your breath. You search through the bandits' pockets but find nothing, not even a single gold piece. Their clothing is ragged and rough. No wonder they were driven to this life. You leave their bodies for the— oh wait, no, I would have wanted to— I would have buried them afterwards. It's only nice. Oh, well, I guess now I know what the choice tree is in this particular regard. Can I rewind back here? I suppose not. C'est la vie, as they say. Leaving Canto Pani behind marks of the true start of the wilderness. Beyond that tiny outpost, there are scattered homesteads and Khair, a thriving city port, but all are touched by cruelty, isolation, and fear. The Balkans and the long shadow cast by Mangpang Fortress darken everything. And with the crown gone, things can only grow worse. In the long years since Chalana the Reformer founded the Alliance, the crown has been passed from kingdom to kingdom every 4 years, ensuring each one has its turn to lead. But no more. Ruddleston, Lendelend, Galantaria, and Bryce have all enjoyed its power, but not Analand. When the crown came to Analand, it was stolen by birdmen from Zaman and carried off to Mampang. With the crown, the Archmage will be unstoppably powerful. There is no chance of sending an army against him. A military force would not survive the journey. So here you are, lone adventurer, walking the long path to Mampang alone. 5 minutes later, you reach a fork in the road. The sergeant, for all his eyesight, hadn't mentioned this. Let's have a bit of rations. Maybe, yeah. Eat a bit of food. There you go. Get our strength back a little bit. Let's go. The road splits around the base of a gigantic tree, but does not rejoin on the other side. The left path winds down into a valley, and right rises up a slope towards the first thick forest of the hills. Well, folks, shall we go left or right? And how long have we been streaming? That's a question. An hour? Yeah, but like the first 15 minutes of it was just setting up, so we're good. Left or right? Which shall it be? Ah! Oh, bird. Ah! Yeah, I was thinking that too. Alright, Candace says ape, so forest. And then right advises episode first ticket for. Okay, let's go right. It's hard to see much further uphill. The forest is sudden and thick, and the path narrow. It may be hard going in that direction, but the hills will involve a lot of climbing eventually, and you may get a decent view of the next leg from the top of the ridge. Look left. You pause to consider the lower route. There's a river there, and the path follows the left bank. It is a safer route, secluded and protected, but the curve of the landscape would mean you're almost backtracking. You're about to make your choice when you hear a faint cry from somewhere close at hand. Alright, let's go. Let's look around. We're nice people. You look around, then finally up in the branches of a tree. A pair of wizened, calloused feet are dangling down over your head, about to drop on you, perhaps? Throw something into the tree. We're gonna throw something into the tree. Casting about for a decent-sized rock, you settle on one and then turn and lob it into the tree. You aim carefully for your target, a wild old man who looks as thin and bedraggled as a winter shrub. The stone strikes him, and he cries out as almost topples from the branch. Oi! You almost had me eye out! I'm sorry. I thought you were an attacker. Me? I'd crack me thumb if I tried to squash a woodlouse. Will you help me down? Slow way too, if you don't mind. Swinging yourself onto the lowest branch of the tree, you reach up and grab the old man by the waist. He is as light as a leaf, and within a moment you have lifted him to the ground. Thanks for that, he remarks, brushing himself down and almost knocking himself over in the process. I was just starting to get a bit, you know, perturbed. Well, I'm on the safe now. He seems remarkably confident, considering that the slightest stumble might break him to bits. What will you do now? Keep going for Adeland, he says. That's where I set off from. Well, back now. You wouldn't believe the story I told you. Suffice to say, though, if I know my eyes from my eyes, you're heading out to Mampang. And you better be smarter than I was.
And here.
He presses a page into your hand. It's a page torn from a spell book.
This might be of some use to you. I found this. Just found it, mind, and don't go asking how. But it's no good to me anymore.
You take the page and put it in your pack. The man falls quiet and squats down on the ground. With his jabbering done, you hear a buzzing sound from high up on the tree. A beehive! Yeah, we can climb up and investigate. Even the old man sighing with gratitude on the ground, you climb up through the branches of the tall tree. The beehive. The beehive hangs like a ripe fruit from the very highest branch. A huge number of bees dance in and out in a swarm. You climb up into the branches. The bees are quick to attack. You cannot brush them away as your hands are clanging onto the tree, so you are stung on your arms, head, and neck.
Looks nasty,
the old man remarks. But you aren't going to let some bees stop you. You climb higher, sustaining a few more stings before you reach the hive and knock it to the ground. Dropping down quickly again, you cut it open and remove a lump of wax and enough honeycomb for one meal. You stash your finds into your pack. The light is fading. It's time to move on.
Oi! Do you want to hear me riddle? Heard it from the Elvins.
Alright. You gesture with a hand for him to speak.
See him though he sees you not, a stinging beast in a box not left. To guard a key, it is his lot. To gowl a witch, of luck bereft.
It is... No, I didn't even consider the spells. It is nonsense, clearly. You nod once, then turn your attention to the path ahead. Oh, fudge. Hey, we can use magic. Here we go, let's do it. Bounce enough to free your hands for a spell. Let's cast a spell. What are we gonna cast? Zap. Hot. Huff. Wall. Law. Duh. Big. Ooh. Interesting. Dump. Raz. Ooh. Let's zap it. I don't remember what FOF is. Let's zap it. Kill all the bees. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can. Can we rewind back? Oh god, that was a terrible decision. Oh, why did we do that? That was terrible. Yeah, let's try that a little bit differently. Let's not explode the tree. Maybe. No FOF. Oh, wait, maybe, no, yes. No, No FOF. Well, I mean, I'm not seeing FOF. It wasn't FOFing. There's no FOFing about. Let's cast a spell. Let's try one more time. Let's see. No F. Nope, there's no F's here. Yep, no F. I looked in the spell book. Look, hang on.
Foff, right? I get that. But there was no F in the spell thingy, okay? There's no F. We're just gonna get out the tree. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get the beeswax. We're gonna get up here. Let's go. For the hive. Hear him out. Great. Right. We were going for the high path. The forest. We're a camel now. Whatever that means. The high route seems to be the most secure. In the valley, you can be easily observed from above and led astray, but out in the hills, you can go whichever way you choose. Of course, when night falls, it may be cold and exposed up in the slopes, but no matter. The journey was never destined to be easy. You begin to climb, letting the old man's jabbering fade quickly away. The path winds upwards into the hills and into the cover of the wood. An afternoon sun glints out through the trees and plays tricks on your eyes. Every so often you catch a glimpse of some strange-shaped animal or other watching you, only to find that it is a silhouette of branches and leaves caught at an odd angle. After an hour's walk, you are starting to feel very slightly hungry, but you may be wise to save your provisions. I'm gonna keep walking. You keep up your pace. The climb continues, with the path twisting this way and that. The air grows cold, and the sun flickers on the horizon, then sets, making it hard to see your way. But the moon is full, and when twilight is done, it will be bright once more. Let us keep walking. There will be plenty of time to sleep, should we fail. The journey ahead of you is long and time is short, so to waste hours at this early stage could be disastrous. And sleeping out in the open, you would be at the mercy of beasts. A quest such as yours requires endurance. You'll suffer for it physically, of course. The stars come out one by one above you, writing out the names of the spirits, including your own, the camel. You continue on your weary way. As you walk, you think of the crown. It calls you onwards already, even though you have never seen it. It is as if it knows your name and is waiting for you deep in the fortress of Mampang. But does it summon you to rescue it and restore the balance of power to the Femfree Alliance? Or does it summon you to your death and destruction to place a seal on the power of the Archmage? The second day of your journey begins in the morning cool. You feel the presence of your spirit, the camel, close nearby. Its form has changed since you left Anland, just as you have changed. Good night, Candace. But it is still walking beside you. In the temple, they taught you that a prayer to your spirit could heal disease, lift curses, even save you from certain death. A prayer now would perhaps be wise, but the spirits are not generous and decline to help often. Let's use the pray button. A camel is a creature of long legs and short sight. As he walks and walks without needing to seize the destination on the horizon. The camel is self-sufficient and unflappable, but he rarely turns, not even when the sand beneath him give way. A prayer to your spirit will heal you, but after a prayer, your spirit will not hear you again for some time. I do need healing. Your spirit has heard you, and you will receive no further help for some time. You are on your own. You can feel yourself getting accustomed to the fetid air of these hills. You've now ascended several hundred feet and can expect to make excellent progress before the end of the day. As you crest the brow of a hill, you see something that makes you stop in your tracks. To your left is a clearing, and in the clearing are several poles planted firmly in the ground. And atop each pole is a head. Oh, we're dropping frames pretty quick, ain't we? How's the video quality, folks?
For this may be a sign to stop. If we're dropping frames like drunken picture hanger. Oh my. Oh my. Oh yeah. Yikes. Drop more frames than Da Vinci. Okay. Well then. We will take this as a sign. I'll read this last bit of dialogue and let that be that. This is clearly no place to linger. You must press on. A large X painted on a rock nearby is obviously intended as a warning not to venture any further. But ahead the road forks, left and right, and you cannot be sure which path you are warned not to take. The right-hand path continues to climb, and the left-hand path winds down the side of the hill. Alright. This is as good a place as any to save. Wait. I'm assuming this is some... I'm assuming this saves somehow. Okay, that centers the map. I'm just gonna assume this saves. Boop. Boop. There we go. So then, that is sword. This is sorcery. Down, right? And we're gonna turn on the ducking. All right, now let's get rid of the movie music. I know what I want to do. Here we go. Yes, groove music. Here we go. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay, folks, it is important as ever at this point to remember to thank the people what for make this channel chooch. So let's thank all those wonderful Patreon supporters. Thank you to... Just a second. Yes, thank you to all our Patreon supporters. You didn't hear me when I said it because I muted my mic. K Macros, Rochelle, Man, Denona, the Geek Nights podcast. Why is Spectrum open? Go back. Get out of here. Oh, for Christ's sake. And yodel. All these wonderful folks help make the channel possible. So, with that in mind, I think that we can call this one over. As soon as I can get back to the YouTube There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Live control room. All right. Good night, folks.